Smile 2 is finally here, and I can't lie, it was absolutely amazing. The movie takes place 6 days after the events of the original Smile movie. Now, going into the film, I had extremely low expectations because the trailers looked kind of corny. It looked like a pop star who was going to be infecting her fans with the smile curse. I didn't think there was going to be much plot, storyline, or anything really having to do with any actual characters in this movie. I just thought it was going to be senseless jump scares. And I'm telling you right now, I couldn't be more wrong. The movie follows Naomi Scott, who plays a pop star named Sky Riley, who is beginning her world tour. She then comes into contact with the smile curse, and not only is spreading it to her fans, but the only way she can get rid of the curse is by dying. Now, a little bit of backstory about Sky Riley. She's a recovering drug addict who's not only struggling with her sobriety, but also with the effects of being a massive star and being in that light. And the movie plays into the struggles that a star has being in the light all the time and always having to be perfect. Now, of course, this is going to be a spoiler-free review, but if you guys want me to spoil the movie, comment that down below right now. Now, when Smile 1 came out, I was completely hooked. Because what is more scary than someone smiling at you with the most sinister smile possible? Nothing. We've seen movies where they take smiling and make it scary, but Smile 1 is that perfect movie, at least when it comes to horror about smiling. Now, when the original Smile came out, the only gripe I had was the fact that I didn't really care for the ending. I understood the ending. I just didn't really like it. It made a lot of sense in my head, which also plays a little bit of a role into Smile 2, but I just didn't care for the ending. And yes, of course, Smile 1 had a good amount of flaws, but Smile 2 takes those flaws, runs with it, and makes an absolutely perfect sequel. And I'm gonna be honest, we might have a top 3 horror movie trilogy on our hands. Now, when Smile 1 came out, we just had a general idea of what was going on. We just didn't know how deep it was. And with Smile 2, they definitely describe and show a lot more of things about the demon than you would have previously expected in the last one. Smile 2 is less of a conjumbled mess as Smile 1 because they have plot, storyline, and the character development inside of the movie is genuinely insane. Because yes, Smile 1, like I said, had flaws, but the movie wasn't bad. Smile 2 was just perfect. Now, usually with horror movies like this, there's a bunch of cheap jump scares with music and things like that. With Smile 2, yes, there is jump scares, but you have no idea where they're coming from. Usually with jump scares, they come one-to-one, face-to-face on the screen. With Smile 2, you have no idea where the jump scare is coming from because throughout the movie, they change all the time. And I would be completely lying to you if I said that I didn't jump in my seat a couple times. I also wanted to add in the fact that the movie had a lot more gore in it than I expected. With Smile 1, yeah, there was a lot of blood. But with Smile 2, they took it to a whole nother level, and I didn't think Paramount had it in them. Now, going into this movie, I didn't have massive expectations because, as I said, the trailer looked kind of corny. It looked very cheap jump scary. But when I walked out of the theater and watched that last 15 minutes of the movie, my jaw was on the ground because I had no idea what I just watched. Now, all in all, Smile 2, in my personal opinion, is a top 3 horror movie of this year just because of the fact that we got a lot of horror movies this year. A lot of them just were not good, or there were massive flaws that kind of took the movie back. Smile 2 didn't have any. Yeah, some of the people who were smiling in the movie weren't very scary, and they looked kind of creepy in a really creepy way, but not creepy in a scary way, if that makes sense. All in all, I really think it's possible that we do have a top 3 horror movie trilogy if Smile 3 is just as good as Smile 2. If I were to rate both of the movies, Smile 1 gets an 8.2 and Smile 3 gets a 9.5. I also have some pros and cons about the movie, but the pros definitely outweigh the cons. We'll start with the cons. Some of the scenes are a little bit corny. They're not as scary as they made them seem because obviously it's not using that insane background music as it does in the trailer. Some of the characters that do smile just look creepy and a little bit off and not genuinely terrifying. I really think that's my only con. Pros for this movie, the acting was amazing, the storyline was great, the plot was crazy. I guarantee you when you watch this movie, when you get to the last 10 minutes of it, your jaw is going to be on the ground because you're going to be like, what did I just see? Now with Smile 1, you kind of knew when the jump scares were coming. They were very ill-timed. You were like, okay, the music's getting a loud, jump scare. Now with Smile 2, yes, there's jump scares and yes, it plays into the music, but you don't know where the jump scare is coming from. As I said, Smile 2 took all of the flaws from the original Smile, changed it up and repackaged it and made it genuinely terrifying. Now I can promise you one thing, if you enjoyed the original Smile movie and go see Smile 2, you will walk out of the theater not only scared, but you'll have a damn good time. Like I said, if you guys want me to do a spoiler review for the movie, I definitely will drop that later this week. But all in all, I think everybody should go see this movie because as I said, we've had a lot of horror movies this year, they just were not that good. Smile 2, in my opinion, is a top 3 horror movie of this year, and I think everybody should go see it. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the recent support on the channel. It truly means the world to me. And with all that being said, guys, my name is Chris, and of course, I will catch you guys on the next one.